Hey everybody, welcome to Stock Abilities. I'm going to be covering the futures market here really quick and some of the downturn stocks in the most recent days. You guys are probably familiar, but lately there's been a lot of political association with the tax reform and some other things brought down the market pretty heavily, even with Flynn Association and you could say crypto a little bit too. It looks like it's going to be recovering into this week and hopefully into the end of the year for a nice Christmas bonus for everybody that are long-term investors. But as you can see, it took a little bit of a heavy dip and then it popped right back up. It's going up quite a bit in the futures markets and almost every single one of them for the US. It's looking pretty good, and I'm expecting a lot of nice jumps for the tech market into tomorrow. Some of the stocks I covered in my own Discord channel, you can check that out in the link in the description below. But Baba, Alibaba, Square, all these other ones here, as you can probably notice a trend here, a dip down, 28th, 28th, the 28th again, and so forth. And you'll notice all of them exhibiting very similar patterns. It's kind of a manipulation as a whole due to the tax reform. They're all likely to be jumping back up into tomorrow and this week. Not very many of them are safe. These are just some of the ones. If you have a popular or favorite tech stock, almost any of them, even Alibaba, are viable with options, of course. Otherwise it gets a little costly and you won't see much of a difference in profit. But even then, it's likely to jump up more. Even Alibaba going from 191 all the way to 174 in just about a week. That's a big dip. That's a lot of money to be made. A little bit of a volatility all over the place in general, but as you can see historically with Alibaba, and you could probably see that with others as well, that it's hardly a dip and oftentimes it rebounds. Even in a 5-year span, it does look like it had a bit of a pop here, but usually it returns back up even further and further. You could do a 5-year span for Square, 1 year, do a 5-year for this. As you can see, bit of a downturn, then back up again. 5-year for this one here. Activision's been kind of stuck a little bit lately throughout the year, but it's likely to grow further into the upcoming years. You got a 5-year on this here, kind of peaky, but if you look at it on a year span, it's pretty much standard. Going a little bit further here, just another quick overview here now. AMD's been stuck for a while here now. Had a lot of growth in the last year, and then it kind of got stuck. But this is likely to be popping up into next year and the year after. 20s, 30s, maybe even higher. Right now it's stuck, so it's a bit more risky other than a swing. And as you can see here, Take-Two has an almost pretty much better trend than Vanguard and other ETFs. And this isn't even an ETF, this is just a gaming company. So as you can see, gaming tech, and they do some other stuff too. But as you can see, it's a pretty steady growth, and the dip here is rather insignificant. In the long term, it's likely to grow to 200 or more within the next few years. That's about all I wanted to cover with the futures and all of that. Don't get confused with what hedge funds and market makers are telling you, that all the tech stocks are overvalued. They did this earlier in the year. A lot of them dumped, and then a lot of them climbed back up significantly. So just ignore that. Just follow along with what you believe to be true. Just understand that the market makers and hedge funds technically tell you the opposite of what they actually do. So if they're doing a downgrade, expect the stock to plummet a little bit, but then ultimately go back up long term. They got months and years to do this. They understand there's people that have tight stop losses, things like that. They don't have infinite capital like they do. They try to take them out, take their shares, and use them to profit more. Just keep this in mind as a long, or whether you're swinging a stock or whatever. They do this on purpose. Thanks for listening in. Make sure to like the video and share it if you'd like more videos like this, and have a nice day.